And hi guys, good morning. So this will be our first lesson for chapter 2, unit 2, Bioenergetics. And for today's lesson, this is our learning objectives for this lesson. So you should be able to explain how cells carry out functions required for life. Now, have you ever wondered what the inside of a cell looks like and how its parts perform function required for life? Now, for this lesson, we will try to answer and we will try to recall the things that you know about cell and its function. No? But before that, let's have first this characteristic of life. So we all know that all living things are made up of cells. No? So lahat ng mga living organism, lahat yan is made up of cells. No? So hindi mabubuo, hindi mabubuhay ang isang organism without cell. Kasi nga ang cell, mamaya malalaman nyo kung ano ang kung ano ba yung cell. Pero again, when we say cell, it is the basic unit of life. No? Now, all living things have also form and structure. So it has example, size and shape. So we all know that all living things has distinct, no, and unique size and shapes. No? Now, all living things are able to respond to stimuli. No? And then all living things are acquire and utilize energy, no, in order to sustain its life. No? So let's say for example, photosynthesis and respiration. So with these processes, nagko-continue, no? Nagpo-propagate yung life ng isang organism. Next, all living things have the ability to reproduce through sexual or asexual reproduction. And then all living things can adapt or adjust to their environment, no, para lang ma-sustain, no, mag-continue ang life ng isang specific species, no. And then all living things have a chemical component in their body. Let's say for example, inorganic compounds. So when we say inorganic compounds, these are the compounds, no, without carbon and hydrogen. While when we say organic compounds naman, so these are the compounds with carbon and hydrogen. So all living things have chemical component in their body. So kung napapansin nyo, lahat ng living organism, ang common na may kita dyan, no, na element, no, or chemical is carbon. Kaya nga 'di ba yung mga fossils, 'di ba, ginagawa in order para ma-identify natin kung gaano na ba katagal yung isang bagay dito na natagpuan natin, no? Halimbawa sa lupa, no, sa pagbubungkal, ginagamitan natin yung tinatawag na carbon dating para ma-identify natin kung gaano na ba katagal na nabuo, nabuhay yung isang organism na ating nahukay, no? O yung isang fossil ng isang organism na ating nahukay, no? Next, all living things exhibit growth and development by intussusception, no? Pag sinabi nating intussusception, it is the act or result of dispersing or dispersal. Meaning, it is the process or result of pagpaparami, no, ng isang organism from one place to another. So all living things exhibit growth and development, no? Next, all living things exhibit metabolism. We have what we call anabolism and catabolism, no? So hindi lamang hindi lamang general as metabolism, no? Pag sinabi nating anabolism, no, it is the constructive part of metabolism concerned especially with micromolecular synthesis, no? So ibig sabihin it is concerned with the maliliit, no, na mga bagay na meron doon sa isang organism. No, let's say for example, yung mga maliliit na yung mga molecules, no, kung paano na-synthesize itong mga molecules na to. So that is anabolism. And then when we say catabolism, kabaliktaran naman niya. Kung ang anabolism is constructive part, ang catabolism is degradative metabolism naman, involving the release of energy and resulting in the breakdown of complex materials. Halimbawa, yung mga proteins sa katawan natin o ng isang organism, yung mga lipids dyan, kung paano ito na-breakdown, that is catabolism. No? So, within organism. And then, last, ayan, all living things possess a genetic program and the means to use it. No? So we all know naman na may pinanggalingan tayo, 'di ba? Syempre tayo, lahat ng organism may pinanggalingan niya na parent, ay either single parent or two individual parents. Syempre, kung ano yung genetic information na meron yung kanilang parent, yung ating parent for example, syempre yun din yung maipapasa sa offspring, no? Yun din maipapasa doon sa mga anak. So all things or all living things possess a genetic program or genetic code, no? And the means to use it, no? Next na i-discuss natin is ito, yung levels of organization. Now, balikan lang natin ulit, no? So, ayan, we have here chemical level. So, syempre, let's start with the most, no, the basic, no, which is the atom. Atom is the smallest particle of an element, no? So, tatandaan nyo yan, no? 98% actually of our body weight, no, is made up of only 6 elements. And these elements are listed in the periodic table of elements, no, with the measurement given based on one atom. So ano na ba tong mga elements na to or atoms na ito, no? We have, again, 6 to, no? We have carbon. Tatandaan nyo yan, ha? Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur, no? So yun yung 6 na yun, no? Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur, no? So those elements, yun yung may kita, no? 98% na may kita sa body ng isang organism. And then again, no, we are talking about chemical level. Next, so right after atom, we have now what we call molecule. So molecules are group of atoms joined together, no? Joined together by molecular bond. So molecules is a cluster, no, of small chemical units called atoms held together by what we call chemical bonds, no? So yung chemical bonding na yan, sila yung nagjo-join, no, nagbaband sa mga atoms, no? Kaya nabubuo yung ating mga molecule. So ano ba yung mga molecules na meron tayo? So let's say for example, yung pinaka best lagi nating narinig, ayan, 'di ba? H2O, 'di ba? So that is molecule. Kasi nga it is made up of 2 elements, no? We have hydrogen and then oxygen, no? Anyway, so that is chemical level. So let's proceed now with cellular level. So we have the first one, organelles. Organelles refers to the tiny organs inside the cell. So an organelle is a membrane enclosed structure that performs specific function in a cell, no? So marami tayong organelles, no, sa cells na meron tayo sa body natin. So as we go along the lesson, i-discuss natin ano-ano ba tong mga organelles na ito, although meron naman na kayong prior knowledge about these organelles, di ba? Next is cell, no? So cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. So as simple as cell is the fundamental unit of life, no? So in the nerve cell, for example, no, you can see several organelles dito sa nerve cell na meron tayo, such as for example nucleus, no? Yan, so nucleus is an example of organelles na may kita sa cell, no? So all living organelles, all living organism rather, no, are made up of cell, no? Yan. Next, let's talk about the chemical level naman, no? So chemical level na tayo, no? So ito yung mga nakikita nyo na yan, na gumagalaw-galaw na yan, no? So those are organelles, no? Now let's proceed now with ito pala, yan, tissue level na tayo, no? So let's proceed with tissue level. Yan. So we have tissue. So when we say tissue, it is a collection of cells performing specific function. So when cells come together, they form tissues. no? So a group of tissues that perform the same function naman form the organs na tinatawag, no? So when we say organ, it is a group of tissue that perform a definite function, no? So an organ, it is made up of several tissue and each made up of a group of similar cells that perform specific function. So mamaya i-discuss natin ano-ano ba yung mga tissue or specific cell na nagsasama-sama para makapag-produce ng tissue and at the same time makapag-produce o makabuo ng tinatawag nating organ, no? And then, syempre, since meron na tayong organ, dito na papasok yung tinatawag nating system level. So, organ system. No? Organ system. So, it is a group of organs that have the same function. No? So, a group of organs that work together form the different organ system. So, marami tayo, no? Napakarami nating organ system sa ating body. So let's say for example, no, we have what we call digestive system, no? Pag sinabi nating digestive system, it is mechanical and chemical processes that provides nutrients, no? So ano-ano bang mga organs ang makikita sa digestive system? We have what we call esophagus. 'Di ba? And then bago yung esophagus, syempre we have also what we call mouth, no? So mouth natin kasama rin 'yan, no? And then of course we have stomach, we have intestines, no? So yeah, that is digestive system, no? And then we have also what we call circulatory system, no? Which circulates blood around the body, sa body natin, no? So ano na bang mga organs na makikita natin sa circulatory system? We have heart, arteries, yung mga veins, yan, no, which delivers oxygen and nutrients to other organs na meron tayo sa ating katawan, no? So ilan lang 'yun, no, sa mga organ system na meron tayo sa ating katawan, pero napakarami niyan, no? And then right after organ system, now we have here organism, no? Organism. So organism refers to an individual living thing, either plant or animal. So organism consists of many organ system function as one individual, no? So just like as humans, diba, we have what we call circulatory system, digestive system, endocrine system, lymphatic system, immune system, no? And then once na magsama-sama na yan, that is the time na mabubuo na yung tinatawag nating organism, no? Ayan. Next, yan, we have now here this what we call population, no? Pag sinabi nating population, it is a group of similar organisms living in the place at the same time, no? Let's say for example, no? Let's say for example, halimbawa lang, no? Yan, 'di ba meron dito sa school iba-ibang section, no? So iba-iba tayo ng section. Halimbawa, kayo, no, section nyo. Yan. Ngayon, sa section na 'to, ayan, although magkakaiba kayo ng itsura, pero still, no, kayo ay tinatawag as population. Ibig sabihin nyo are included in a same group, in a specific place, at the same time, no? So, kung ano yung section nyo, although magkakaiba kayo ng itsura, ng kulay, still, kayo ay tinatawag as population, no? Diyan sa section nyo na yan, no? Next, pag sinabi naman nating community, it is a group of populations that live together in a defined area. So let's say for example, no? Let's say for example, busy city. So ang busy city, yun yung ating community, no? And then ang population, yun yung bawat section, no? Now punta tayo sa mas literal, no, na example, no? So let's say for example, again, balikan lang natin, pag sinabi nating population, it includes all the individuals of a particular species living in an area. So let's say for example, yan, kung aso, no? And then ibon, yan, isda, no? So those are population na makikita natin dun sa isang lugar. Pag sinabi naman natin community, merong group of population. So, sa iisang lugar. Halimbawa, dun sa isang area na yun, sa isang specific na lugar na yun, ito yung mga hayop na may kita. Ito yung mga bagay na may kita. That is community. No? So, it is the entire array of organism in an ecosystem. That is what we call community. No? Yeah. And then, next, no? Next, we have what we call ecosystem. Pag sinabi nating ecosystem, it is composed of biotic and abiotic factors. No? So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating ecosystem, so marami kasi tayong ecosystem na tinatawag. Halimbawa, desierto, that is also what we call ecosystem. Rainforest, no? That is ecosystem. Grassland, ecosystem din yun. No? Ibig sabihin, it is composed of biotic and abiotic factors. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga lugar na kung saan tinitirhan ng mga iba't ibang organism. At the same time, dito rin natin makikita yung mga specific lamang na mga organism diyan sa mga ecosystems na yan. No? And then, last is biosphere. No? Biosphere, which refers to all ecosystem on Earth. No? So, biosphere, all of the environments on Earth that support life. So, this includes most region of land, syempre, yung mga bodies of water, no? Yung mga, and of course, the lower atmosphere, na kung saan doon natin makikita yung mga lumilipad na organism, no? So, that is the levels of ecological organization. So, we have atom, molecules, cell organelles, cell, tissue, organ systems, organism, population, community, no? Ecosystem, and then we have biosphere. Yan. Now, let's proceed na with our main lesson, which is bioenergetics. So, when we say bioenergetics, it is the study concerned about energy flow through living system. No? So, bioenergetics, it is a field in biochemistry and cell biology that concerns with energy flow. No? Tandaan nyo yan, energy flow. Yan. Through living system. No? Kung paano nagpo-flow ang energy sa body ng isang organism. That is bioenergetics. So, this is an active area of biological research that includes the study of transformation of energy in living organism and the study of thousands of different cellular processes na meron tayo sa ating body, sa ating cells. No? Yan. Now, proceed tayo with what is cell. No? Lahat to nasa libro, no? Now, what is a cell? Now, going back, when we say cell, it is the basic unit of living organism, no? The cell is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms, and it is sometimes called as the building block of life. Ibig sabihin, hindi magpe-fade away ang life sa earth kung walang cell. No? As simple as that, no? Hindi magkakaroon, no? Walang life sa earth kung walang cell, no? So the animals, for example, such as cat and dog, the plants in the garden na meron kayo, and even yourself, all so these are all living things, no, composed of cells, and these cells can only be seen through the use of definitely microscope, no? So lagi niyong tatandaan niya. Now, ayun nga, so binanggit ko, no, sabi ko nga, cell is the structural and functional unit of all living organism. Ibig sabihin, each cell is at least somewhat self-contained and self-maintaining. Meaning, it can take in nutrients, no? It convert these nutrients into energy, and it can carry out specialized function and reproduce as necessary. no? So each cell stores its own set of instruction for carrying out of these activities, no? So yung mga organelles na yan na meron tayo sa mga cells natin, may mga specific function yan na kung saan nagsusustain ng life sa earth, no? So ang main function ng cell is to sustain life as a whole, no? Now there are two types of cells. We have eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells, no? So prokaryotic cells are usually singletons, while eukaryotic cell naman are usually found in a multicellular organism, no? Now, ayan nga, no? We have here this. Ayan. And again, no, we have two types of cell based on the presence or absence of nucleus. We have prokaryotic cell and we have eukaryotic cell. So yan, kung napapansin nyo, ito yung mga difference, no, ng prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So, yun nga, basta ang main difference na to ay yung isa, yung prokaryotic cell, walang nucleus. Pero ang eukaryotic cell, meron. Pag sinabi nating prokaryotic, yan, pro, ibig sabihin no. Eu, meaning with, no? Or, yun nga, do have nucleus. Yan. Now, yan. So, the first type of cell is the prokaryotic cell, no? So, it is characterized by the absence of nucleus or other membrane-bound organelles, no? So, tatandaan niyo yan. So, wala siyang nucleus and yung iba pang organelles. Thus, the cell's DNA is suspended in cytoplasm na tinatawag, no? Ano ba yung cytoplasm? Kumbaga, no? Kumbaga si cytoplasm, kumbaga alam niyo yung jelly ace, di ba? No? So yung mismong lalagyan ng jelly ace, no? So yun yung kanyang cell membrane, no? Cell membrane. And then yung mismong jelly, no? Yung mismong jelly doon sa loob, that is what we call cytoplasm. Ibig sabihin doon natin makikita sa jelly ace na yun o doon sa cytoplasm na yun, yung DNA netong prokaryotic cell, no? Doon sa kanyang loob, no? Now, though prokaryotic cells are simpler, this type of cell is present, no? Present on Earth for the past 3 billion years. No? So imagine kung gaano na sila katagal dito sa Earth, no? At sila ang mga unang nabuhay na cell, no? Dito sa ating planeta, no? And yun nga, alam naman natin na ang bacteria, no? Ang mga bacteria, ito yung isa sa example, no, ng mga organism na merong or made up of prokaryotic cell. So ibig sabihin din nun, no, ang unang nabuhay na mga organism ay mga bacteria. At itong mga bacteria na to, it is made up of prokaryotic cell. And this bacteria or this prokaryotic cell adapt very quickly to the changing environment. And eventually, ayun na nga, nagkaroon na tayo ng eukaryotic cell, no? Now, anyway, ayan, no? So, discuss lang natin etong internal structure ng prokaryotic cell. So, gaya nga ng sabi ko sa inyo, ayan, ito yung prokaryotic cell. Again, common siya. Ito yung cell na matatagpuan sa mga bacteria, no? So, prokaryotic cells differ in eukaryotic cell because their DNA is found in a region called nucleoid, no? So, yan, ito yung DNA niya. At ito yung tinatawag na nucleoid rather than nucleus. Ayan, kung napapansin nyo, wala siyang nucleus, no? Ayan. So, ayun, they also lack most of the membrane-bound organelles present doon sa eukaryotic cell, no? However, yun nga, ang prokaryotic cell have cytoplasm. Ito yun. Ito yung cytoplasm. Yung blue. Yung light blue na yan. That is cytoplasm. Na kung saan, ayun nga, dito suspended yung iba't iba pang mga organelles. And then, meron tayong tinatawag na flagellum or flagella, no? ginagamit itong flagellum or flagella na to para makapag-move, no, for mobility, no, para makapag-move, no, itong ating prokaryotic cell o itong bacteria na to. And then meron tayong tinatawag na cell wall, yan, protection syempre ng isang cell. And we have also what we call plasma membranes. Yan. And then, ayan, meron tayong tinatawag na ribosomes. Yan, yung mga bilog-bilog na red na yan. That makes protein, no? Sila yung nagpo-provide ng protein sa isang cell, no? So, that is the internal structure of prokaryotic cell. Now, let's proceed with the another type of cell, which is the eukaryotic, no? Eukaryotic cell, which has nucleus, no? So it has a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles, and due to the presence of these membrane-bound organelles, no, chemical reaction takes place in organized manner by membrane-bound organelles. So yun nga, and then sa nucleus, it encloses the DNA. So eukaryotic cells have nucleus which contains the genetic material or DNA na meron ang isang organism, no? So proceed tayo dito. Ayan. So eukaryotic cell has different sizes, shapes, and appearance, no? It depends on its function and type, no? So animal and plant cells, being both eukaryotic cell, no, have similar organelles present. However, there are some organelles that are only present in animal cells but absent naman in plant cells or vice versa, no? Now, discuss ko lang sa inyo yung three major parts of a cell. Unang-una na dyan ay yung cell membrane, no? So, ang cell membrane. Now, this structure is made up of lipid bilayer. Ito, gaya na nakikita nyo yan. Lipid bilayer with the large protein molecules. Yan. Yung mga nakikita nyo na yan. That control the flow of substances into and out of the cell. Kumbaga, siya yung gate, no? O kumbaga sa bahay, siya yung mismong pintuan, no? Siya yung nagre-regulate, nagko-control ng pagpasok at paglabas ng mga materials sa isang cell, no? Again, that is cell membrane. Next, number 2 is cytoplasm. Now, cytoplasm, this constitutes 90% of the cell and houses the organelle. Ibig sabihin, no, ayan, sabi dito, it is a jelly-like clear substance that is composed primarily of water, proteins, amino acid, glucose, and salt. Gaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, kumbaga sa jelly is nga, yung mismong jelly, no, ayan, yun yung tinatawag nating cytoplasm. And then yung mismong cover, no, yung lalagyan nitong jelly is na to, that is what we call cell membrane, no? Yan. Now, number 3 is nucleus. Nucleus, this structure is enveloped by a nuclear membrane and contains the DNA and nucleolus. No? So, ibig sabihin, na yun nga, no, sa nucleus dito natin matatagpuan yung DNA, no, yung mga chromosomes na yan na meron, no, mga genetic information na meron ng isang tao o isang organism, no? Yan. Now, merong different parts ang nucleus. So, unang-una is yung nuclear membrane. So, parang kanina lang din sa cell membrane, so it has pores that allows the molecules to pass between the nucleus and the cytoplasm, no? Yan. Kumbaga siya yung gate o pintuan, no? Next, we have also what we call chromosomes, wherein chromosomes contains the genes carrying instruction for protein synthesis. And last is the nucleolus. So it is the site for the assembling of ribosomes. Yung mga nasa gitna na yan, no? So again, ito yung parts ng nucleus. Now, the following are the organelles which can be found in both plants and animal cell, no? Ito yung mga organelles na may kita both plant and animal cells, no? Una ay yung mitochondrion, no? So mitochondrion, it supplies the energy for the cell. Ibig sabihin, 'di ba nga itong yung tinatawag nating powerhouse of the cell. Kasi nga ito yung nagpo-produce ng mga chemical energy na kinakailangan ng ating katawan, na kinakailangan ng mga cells ng ating ng body, no? Now this organelle is shaped like a bean, yan, gaya na itong nakikita nyo na yan, and made up of two membranes. So we have outer membranes, itong brown, and then we have here itong inner membrane. So the inner membrane is folded, and these foldings are called cristae. Yung mga folds na yan na tinatawag ay cristae, which partitions the matrix and the yung membrane, no, na tinatawag yung membrane space. So ang mitochondrion, siya ang nagpo-produce ng ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So ang adenosine triphosphate, ito ay isang chemical energy na necessary sa ating para ma-sustain ang life natin ng bawat organism. Next, we have what we call endoplasmic reticulum or ER. And this organelle is made up of interconnected thin folded membranes that are found throughout the cytoplasm of the cell. No? We have two types of endoplasmic reticulum. We have rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is bounded with ribosomes. Ito yan, no? Yan. Ito yung rough endoplasmic reticulum, and then meron siyang mga ribosomes embedded sa kanya. And it is where most protein synthesis occur. So, ibig sabihin, nakakapag-produce dito ng protina, no? Ng protein. And then we have also here what we call smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which has no ribosomes naman. Wala kayong nakikitang ribosomes dito sa smooth endoplasmic reticulum, kaya nga siya tinawag as smooth. Kasi nga, wala nga kayong makikitang ribosomes dyan. And its function is mainly for lipid synthesis. No? Nagpo-produce ito ng lipids. Next. Ayan. So, another, naman. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Yun nga, no? It is studded with ribosomes. Yan, itong mga to. Yan, halimbawa, ito, yung mga yan, no? And the protein synthesis by ribosomes on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum may be exported from the cell, no? Papadala sa ibang cell, o di naman kaya ipadadala, no? Yung nabuong protein papunta sa lysosomes, o di naman kaya dalhin siya sa vacuole, no? Yan. And then next, yan, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it has no ribosomes, no ribosomes. And ayan, kaya sa tinawag as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And again, it makes lipids and breaks down drugs and alcohol na meron tayo sa ating body, na meron sa body ng isang organism, no? And then number 3, we have here Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus, it consists of layered stacks of flattened membranes that process, sort, and deliver proteins. No? So siya yung nagpa-process, nagsusort, at nagdi-deliver ng mga protina. So it is also packaged proteins, no? And some of these proteins are stored within itself, no? So, maraming protein dyan sa loob mismo nitong Golgi apparatus. And then, pwede rin itong mga proteins na to i-distribute, no, to the other organelles na meron tayo sa cell and secreted outside the cell. So, papunta, no, palabas sa ating cells, no? And then, ayun nga, no, balik tayo, meron tayong tinatawag also na ribosomes. And it consists of large, small subunits made up of RNA and protein. And these organelles can be found attached to the endoplasmic reticulum nga, no? Or, di naman kaya, floating in the cytoplasm. So, ito ring ribosomes na to, no? Ito ay nagpo-produce ng protein at the same time, nag-create ng RNA. Next, meron tayong tinatawag also na vacuole, no? So vacuole, it is a fluid-filled sac that stores substances needed by the cell, which include water, food, ions, and enzymes. So kumbaga, ito yung organelle na kung saan storage box natin, no? Kumbaga siya yung ating storage box kasi dito ini-store itong mga materials na to, no? Water, food, no? Ions, yan. And even yung mga toxic waste na napuproduce diyan sa ating sa mga cells, no? Diyan naso-store, no? Now, animal cells has small and numerous vacuole, no? While sa plant cell, gaya nito, meron siyang malalaki. Malalaki ang kanyang vacuole. Bakit sobrang lalaki ng vacuole ng plant cell kumpara sa mga animal cell, no? O kumpara sa atin, no? Kasi halaman 'yan. Siyempre, yung mga halaman na 'yan para ma-support nila yung kanilang pangangailangan, yung kanilang buhay, kailangan siyempre, no, mag-store sila ng maraming mga pagkain, no? Yan. Kaya malalaki, no? Kumbaga sa storage box, malalaki ang storage box ng plant cell para mas marami siyang ma-store na mga pagkain, no? Next, meron tayong tinatawag na peroxisomes. Pag sinabi nating peroxisomes, it contains enzymes involved in digesting fatty acid. Ibig sabihin, nga no, ito ay merong enzyme, itong peroxisomes na to, na nagdadigest ng cutting ng mga pumapasok na mga materials sa isang cell. Now, they also absorbs nutrients which the cell has acquired, and they also play a part in the way organism digest alcohol, no? Kumbaga sa tao, ang peroxisome ang digestive system, no? And then we have also what we call vesicle, no? Pag sinabi nating vesicle, it is a small membrane-bound sac functions to transport materials from one place to another inside the cell, no? In order para ma-transfer, for example, yung mga nutrients from this organelle papunta sa other organelle, kailangan ng vesicle, no? Kumbaga ito, no, nilagay niya sa loob yung mga yung mga nutrients, and then para maipasa ito, no, to the other organelle. So yan, no, lulutang-lutang siya diyan sa loob, no, ng ating cells. Yan. Next. Okay, so we're done now with the organelles found in both animal and plant cell. Ngayon naman, ito naman yung mga organelles na makikita lamang sa animal cells. Una na dyan ay yung tinatawag na centriole, no? So, centriole, it is a cylinder-shaped organelle, yan, gaya na nakikita nyo, that is made up of microtubules, no? Yan, yung mga maliit na tube na yan, microtubules, arranged in circle. Now, there are 9 groups of microtubules, nga lang sobrang beyond na yun sa lesson natin, pero discuss lang natin kung ano yung function, no, nitong centriole na to. So, ang centriole, they help the cell to divide during mitosis and meiosis. Pag sinabi nating mitosis, it is a series of steps, no, and or that results in the formation of 2 new nuclei having the same number of chromosomes. So, yun, no, they help to divide the cell during mitosis and meiosis. Next, we have here lysosome, no? So, lysosome, this membrane-bound organelle is basically a specialized vesicle that contains a variety of enzyme, and it is used to digest food or break down the cell when cells die, no? So, ibig sabihin, yan, ang lysosomes has it contains variety of enzyme, and itong enzyme na to ay ginagamit para ma-digest niya, no? Ma-digest ang food na pumapasok sa isang cell, at the same time ginagamit din ito para i-break down yung cell kapag namamatay na ang isang cell, no? And it is also defends the cell from the bacteria and viruses. Yan, papatayin, no? Papatayin ng enzyme na produce ni lysosome etong mga viruses and bacteria na pumasok sa katawan ng isang animal, no? O sa isang cell. Now, let's proceed naman with the organelles naman na may kita lamang sa plant cell. Una na dyan ay yung cell wall. No? So, cell wall, it is made up of cellulose, which is a complex sugar that is classified as a structural carbohydrate and not used for energy. No? So, it allows plants to grow to great heights. No? So, kung napapansin nyo, yan, di ba? Bakit nga ba ang kakapal ng balat ng isang halaman, ng isang puno? Kasi nga, makapal ang cell wall. Kasi nga, ang cell wall ang gagamitin ng isang halaman para protektahan sa sarili niya at bukod doon para itong mga puno na to ay makapag-grow, no? Na matataas, no? Matataas ang height, no? So, trees uses strong cell walls to maintain its shape so it can grow very high. No? So, cell wall provides supports and protection for the cell, for the plant cell. No? And then, number 2, we have what we call chloroplast. Again, ito lang yung mga organelles na may kita lamang sa plant cell. No? Chloroplast. So, it has outer membrane and the inner membrane. No? Yan, nakikita nyo na ito mismo. Yan, outer membrane and then inner membrane. And then dito sa loob, meron tayong tinatawag na mga grana. And each grana, yan no, meron tayong tinatawag na thylakoids. Now, it contains chlorophyll, no? Diyan sa thylakoids na yan, no, itong loob na itong mga grana na to, mga granum na yan, no? Meron diyan tinatawag na thylakoids which contains chlorophyll. Pag sinabi natin chlorophyll, it is a light absorbing molecule that plays important role in photosynthesis. Ibig sabihin yung chlorophyll ang nag-a-absorb ng light energy, no? Para ang isang halaman ay makapag-produce ng kanyang sariling pagkain through the process of photosynthesis. And ano yung pagkain na yun na kanyang ipoproduce? That is glucose. No? Tatandaan nyo yan na glucose. Now, ito yung ilan pa, no? Yan. So, sa pinagkaiba, no? Ng ating prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. No? So, ang prokaryotic cell, just like for this one, less complex kasi nga kukonti lang ang kanyang organelles at ang kanyang mga function. While eukaryotic cell, yan, meron tayong dalawa, di ba? We have plant cell, we have animal cell. And ito ay mas complex dahil mas marami ang organelles. Now, prokaryotic cells has no nuclear membrane and of course no nucleus, while eukaryotic cell has membrane-bound organelles and it has true nucleus. And then, ayun pa, no? Ilan pa sa mga difference nitong dalawa, no? Yan. Now, how do cells carry out functions required for life? So, paano nga ba nagagawa yun ng bawat cell? So, cells have different types which are specialized to perform specific function, no? May iba-iba tayong cell. If you still remember, wait lang, inom lang ako. Ayan. Now, guys, hindi lang iisa ang cell natin, no? Napakaraming type of cell. For example, meron tayong tinatawag na cardiac muscle cells, no? And itong cardiac muscle cells na to, since muscle cells nga siya, no? It has numerous mitochondrion, no? Because they need a lot of energy. Kaya nga 'di ba, meron tayong mga muscle sa katawan natin para tayo ay makapag-work, no? Ngayon itong mga muscles natin, no? It is made up of what we call muscle cells. Na kung saan ang main organelles na meron dito sa mga muscle cells na to ay mitochondrion. Kasi nga ang mitochondrion, it is the powerhouse of the cell. No? Powerhouse of the cell. So in order for us para makapag-work tayo, kailangan ng maraming energy. Next, meron tayong tinatawag also na nerve cells. Now, ang mga nerve cells natin are long. Bakit sila pahaba? Bakit mahaba? For them to be able to transmit signals from the brain to the rest of our body. No? Halimbawa, yun, bigla kayong napahawak sa isang mainit na bagay. Diba? And then, syempre, magre-react tayo nun. Now, paano tayo nakapag-react? Kasi, gamit ang nerve cell natin, no? So, transmit, kumbaga, yung information, no? From our, halimbawa, sa kamay natin, no? Gamit ang nerve cell, papunta sa ating brains, no? Or brain, yan. Now, cell membrane of cells in the intestine is extended to have more surface area to absorb food, no? Bakit naman extended, no? O mahaba, no? Yung cell membrane ng ating cell sa intestine. Kasi nga, para, yun nga, mas ma-absorb yung mga nutrients na napupunta sa ating stomach. No? Yan. And then, we have also, yan, mammalian red blood cells don't have nucleus. So, tayong red blood cells natin, no? Wala tong nucleus yung ating red blood cells. Bakit? To make more room for hemoglobin, a protein that carries respiration gases. Para, ayun nga, no? Magkaroon ng room, no? Dito sa red blood cells na to, na kung saan doon ilalagay yung oxygen na kinakailangan ng ating katawan, no? Kaya wala siyang nucleus. Para doon sa, kumbaga, sa paglalagyan dapat ng nucleus, doon na lang ilalagay yung tinatawag nating oxygen. Ayan. Kaya wala siyang nucleus. Ayan, no? So, ito ay inyong gagawin as your self-paced activity, no? Ayan. Now, key points, no? Again, the cell is a basic unit of life. And then we have two types of cell, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, prokaryotic cells do not have nucleus, and their genetic material is found in a region called the nucleoid, no? And then eukaryotic cells naman have nucleus, which contains the genetic material, and they can be classified as either animal or plant cells. And then when we see animal cells, animal cells have a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles such as mitochondria, lysosomes, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, microtubules, plasma membrane, cytoplasm, and ribosomes. And then, ang plant cells have the same structure as animal cells except for the chloroplast, no, cell wall, and then yung tinatawag nating amyloplast, which are only found in plants, no? And then cells have different types, no, which are specialized to perform specific functions. So yung shape, yung size, no, ng bawat cells na meron sa body ng isang organism, nakadepende yan, no, sa kanyang functions, no? So that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and bye guys.